Hello! 32 days to go to due date. We are on opposite sides and in a car because the house is being fumigated for spiders because we keep getting bit by spiders in the middle of the night.
This is true.
So this is what we're doing today. How are you?
New car seat back there as well as my golf clubs.
Yep.
Thanks, Zach.
Yep.
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
And one of the reasons why we're doing this now is because this is like our window before I have to rush into DC for a showing.
He's got a showing. I'm going into my Monday teaching block, and we figured let's just do this real quick. I'm good. My back cracked earlier in a way where it's been feeling like it's been needing to crack for months, but it was an accident. And I stopped and he was like, oh my gosh, was that your back? And he helped me stand up. And then I just felt release or a bit of a relief in that area and was like, oh my goodness, that's been needing a pop. Yeah, because there are good cracks and bad cracks. This was a good crack. This was a good crack. Good. She's been active, but a little sleepier today. She's kind of making big motions. And then she goes, I'm going to go back to sleep now. But it's all good. Feeling all right. We had a yummy lunch.
We ran away for the last hour to avoid the fumigation.
Yes, which was nice. We were just driving around. I reached out to the moving man who we know.
And you're doing a photo shoot. We're doing a maternity shoot
tomorrow. We're doing a maternity photo shoot tomorrow. But we need to get stuff moved over from storage, the big stuff that we couldn't do ourselves in the next week or so. So I'm setting that up and getting it going. And just
we got a lot of stuff
checking things off the to-do list. Yeah, no,
we were
very good. He, last night while the Emmys were on and the Ravens game, was completely taking apart. He broke down the entire bassinet, screws and all, took the whole thing apart to do a deep clean on it, and then rebuilt it because we wanted to make sure it was super clean for little lady.
I almost rebuilt it raw.
Almost. I saw that.
Yeah.
And he went, oh no. But then you figured it out. And it was all good. And I told him, I said, I'm so grateful. Just thank you so much. He goes, honey.
She's my daughter too.
She's mine too. I wouldn't want her in a dirty bassinet. But it just meant so much to me that you should have seen this thing. He took the whole thing apart.
It wasn't that complicated.
There were screws and bolts and this and that. And
it wasn't that complicated.
I was very impressed.
Hey.
And I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. Ovia!
Ovia! 4 weeks. 4 days.
That's wild. Daily development. Baby Rosenwalk is probably lowering herself to get into position for delivery, which may be relieving some pressure on your lungs. Yeah, I can feel that there, but she is low, which does add a lot more pressure down yonder.
She's going to be at station negative, or do we say +1? She'll be +1.
She'll be +1 before I go into labor. Yeah. She's going to be hanging out right there.
You're going to be fully effaced
What does breastfeeding feel like?
What does it feel like, Amelia?
It's magical and amazing and painful and weird, and then it's not painful, and then it's just wonderful. But it's very painful at the beginning. There's kind of no way around it. And people, they don't really talk about it, but you have to toughen the nipples up. You've got to get them ready, and they can crack and bleed, and lanolin in the purple tube. That's what you want to use. It's natural to want a sneak peek into what breastfeeding will be like before you try it, but it's not an experience that can be easily compared to anything else. It's so true.
Take a little razor blade.
And I had a friend of mine say an interesting method to soothe cracked and bleeding nipples. You take some salt water in shot glasses, warm salt water, put them in, and just lean back for a while.
That'll burn.
It burns and then soothes, but it does hurt at first.
That'll burn.
But I am curious, since it's the second time, and I just stopped back in March. I really only stopped 6 months ago. If it's going to be kind of all over from jump again, or if my body's going to go, oh, right, this. And it'll also depend on her latch and how it all goes. But it's magical. I loved breastfeeding. I loved it. And I am excited to go for round 2.
I wonder if your milk will taste different this time.
Yeah, it might. Because it's going to be tailored to what she needs. The body is incredible. So if she needs something or is sick, the milk will do stuff for her. And I am going to pump some and give some to Lila just for the antibodies, as we talked about for COVID. And I wonder if Lila will be like, it's different. She, by the way, after months of nothing, has been all about, can I have some? And she's just shoving her hands.
All about your boobs right now.
And I'm like, sweetheart, it's not in there. She goes, yes, it is. Ooh, salted almond chocolate chunk cookies, healthy pregnancy recipe. I will be looking at that later. Thank you very much.
It's not that healthy.
Baby Santa.
Baby Santa.
Signs of labor.
Lower back pain.
You might notice the following signs or symptoms in your final days, weeks, or even month before your due date.
Nesting.
Your baby drops, which we were just talking about she's doing.
Check.
You have more Braxton Hicks contractions, which I am. Your cervix starts to change. Not yet. As of last week, no change in the cervix yet.
Good.
You pass your mucus plug. Has not occurred yet. You have some bloody show. Have not had that, and that's kind of like right before it all goes. But those are some of the big. Heavy bleeding, you have significant bleeding, call your doctor and midwife right away.
Your provider.
Your provider. Insomnia during pregnancy. This happened to me last night, and I was so tired, and I could not go to sleep, and it was driving me crazy. Why it happens. Many pregnant women say it's hard to sleep because they can't get comfortable, need to run to the bathroom constantly, have leg cramps, and are excited and anxious about their baby's arrival.
All this is true.
All of this. And things don't usually improve as pregnancy progresses. With so many physical and emotional changes happening, it's no surprise that 2 out of 3 women have insomnia and other sleep problems by late pregnancy. Misery may love company, but it won't provide much comfort when you're watching the numbers on your clock change in the middle of the night.
I feel like it's all just preparation for not being able to sleep
with the newborn.
Like 6
Then
weeks
you
of
just
their life.
don't sleep at all, 6 to 12 weeks. Yeah. It's going to be great, though. We are going to set up the room where the bassinet's going to go. And
soon.
It's going to be great. My goodness. 32 days to go.
4 weeks and 4 days. It's
4 weeks
insane.
and 4 days. This is getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
This feels weird. We're being on the wrong side. Really does feel weird. Subscribe up there.
Watch Daddy down here. Click the like button and the bell for notifications.
And send in those questions and comments.
Please do.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye.